Okay. Hey, everybody hear me okay? Good morning. I got to tell you a quick story, and I know I only have 10 minutes, so I'll take 7. The funny story is probably 3 or 4 years ago when I was ahead of Cisco's efforts in the federal cloud space, some of the local teams up here, and I'm down in DC, said, hey, are you familiar with this mass open cloud project? And I said, no, not really. Tell me about it. And they said, well, we gave them some servers, we've invested some money, and you probably want to talk to Kevin because he was behind the scene, he put the project in play. And here I am 2-3 years later speaking to this community, so I think that's pretty ironic. But for purposes of introductions, I'm with Cisco's public sector. I really focus on research and education. So I spend my days, if I'm not in these types of events, talking to researchers, talking to the Internet 2 community, the regional education community, trying to reinvest or increase our investments in this space because we really do think it's that important. And I've spent about 2.5 years doing this, and I got to tell you, every time I come to these things, I meet new people, I get new ideas, and I just think it's a great interchange of Cisco industry, academia, and government. Let me see if I can fast forward this. Okay. So just quickly, I want to talk about the past, Cisco's role with MOC, the present, some of the offers that we're talking about, and some of the futures. And then from a portfolio perspective, we're really not here to represent all of these projects or offerings, but I wanted to be very selective. When I met Oren and the team, I really said, hey, we got to do something that's meaningful for you, address your issues, and ultimately amplify what I'm trying to do in the space. And that's to work with researchers and innovate. And I'll touch on a couple of these around cloud connection services, security services, orchestration services, because at the end of the day, I want to help solve MOC's issues and with its constituents and demonstrate our technologies so we can impact MOC, impact researchers, and impact the community. So from a past perspective, again, we thought it was a great idea. We were a founding member, and keep me honest there. We donated some equipment, and classic Cisco is kind of, I hope this is off the record, here's your equipment, good luck with this. We have a totally different approach that we really invest. Say it again? Perfect. I said that. It was sponsored by our CTO organization, our research organization, and it was a 3-year commitment. When I got involved, because my boss at the time was the executive sponsor at BU, said, hey, let's connect the dots here. The work you're doing with the community, the work you're doing with other universities, see if we can't figure out a win-win here. And so the present for us, after we've spent 6 or 7 months talking about this, is we want to renew our commitment. It's now going to be focused with U.S. public sector, so that's government, state, local, federal government, universities, and the like, so that it's within my sphere of influence and my team. We want to donate additional hardware, and we've teed up some additional servers, rack mount servers this time. I'm actually working on installing or provisioning our Nexus product line so we can start to demonstrate some of the value around ACI. And what I told Oren when I first met him was, look, I want to do something that's sustainable. I want to make it real for both of us so it works for both of us and we're just not kind of throwing money over the transom. And some of these services, and there was a comment earlier, it's Cisco and it's our partners. We do our best work when we engage our partners to solve problems. These are our value-added resellers, these are our storage partners, these are our software partners. Everything that we're proposing really has a partner play. And one of the first ones that we think is very meaningful is the Sedara offering. So we can address a self-service storage solution, a compliant storage solution, And again, we think it's a real win-win for this community that wants different options for storage. Ray is here from Sedara. We'll be floating around if you want additional questions or have additional comments. Cloud Center is one of our products in our multi-cloud portfolio, and that's really around helping universities move workloads between different environments, whether it's public, private, hybrid, et cetera. We think helping MOC in that regard, again, is a great demonstration point for Cisco in the community. Then a beneficiary, a local partner here, TurboNAS, based in Boston. We're talking to them about demonstrating their offering to help MOC optimize its workloads. And again, that's a win-win for us. If we can help MOC and demonstrate that capability, we think that it'll help some of the other institutions, some of the other workloads. And one that's hot off the press, unless Oren's read the slides, is we're doing some work with a very innovative partner called Hypercube that's doing cyber range as a service. And if you go to the link down here, and I'll share it after my talk, as of November 1st, they are going to be supporting cyber range for many of the university members here and about 15 others globally. And we think this, again, is a great opportunity to leverage the MOC, leverage our infrastructure, and this group has put its software on our UCS servers, very scalable, very dynamic, again, leveraging the community and the community's needs. And then I'm just going to blow through this one. Is when we talk about the Sedara offering, we can share the slides. Again, we think it's spot on for the opportunities that we need to address, and hopefully we'll get this thing stood up in the next 60 days or so. And then finally, what's the future look like? It's not only about the compute infrastructure, the software, the networking, but maybe we set up an app dynamics proof of concept here so folks can get a sense of that platform and how it will help with performance and availability. Tetration, so we talk about segmentation and protecting those workloads. And then lastly, which I think is very relevant, because I'm seeing more and more universities ask about this kinetic platform, is that we set up a use case here for the state, for the universities, and start to develop on this IoT platform, which is, again, very meaningful when you talk about smart campuses, smart cities, smart cars, and the like. Thank you. Good?